All right, let's hop into the review of match 1. So the very first thing I noticed about Nate is that he has a very upright stance and he almost looks like he's in an MMA match. And if we reverse the clip right here, you can see how compromised of a position he's really in because of his upright stance. I mean, if this guy just took his knee to the mat, he's easily double-legging him. Here's a video of Jordan Burroughs explaining the ideal wrestling stance.
So I'm here in my stance. My head's up, my back's straight, my knees are bent, my butt's down low, and my elbows are in. This right here to me is a perfect stance.
Or if you don't want to have a low wrestling stance because it's too tiring, you either need to have your elbows down and tight, or you can just have a down block arm like Gordon Ryan here did to Patrick Gaudio. The next thing in Nate's match that I noticed was that when he punches his underhook, it's extremely shallow and weak.
What is the difference in an underhook and an overhook? Who has control, okay? If I come to an underhook and I'm weak and I'm soft and Austin can clamp down, this is his overhook. My arm's dead. There's nothing I can do. He now has an overhook. If I post my hand open on his shoulder and flank my elbow out, so now his hand is up and his hand is weak, I now have an underhook. That's the difference.
His opponent then pulls guard, they kind of scramble for a bit, and then they get reset in half guard because Nate was reaping. But what I noticed from that, when they reset from half guard, Nate instantly gives up head control. And now this guy's an idiot and didn't do the right side with his crossface. But even still, you never want to let your head get grabbed.
The next beginner mistake, giving up head control. Head control is another dominant grip. It's an area of your body you can't let people control. Where the head goes, the body must follow, and if your head is controlled, you can't move your body. And if you can't move your body, then you're controlled. You need to never let someone grab your head. In fact, this is one of my #1 pieces of advice regarding jiu-jitsu. Never let someone grab your head.
They scramble in half guard a bit and they end up in the same exact position where the guy gets the wrong side crossface and allows Nate to get this underhook. Now from here, Nate should be easily looking to come out the back door, or if he can't, at least get to dogfight from here. And the way you can do that is by extending your underhook really high over your head and kneeing him in the butt to shift his weight forward, or going for the Casoto hook with your back leg and then sliding your leg out to get to dogfight.
Immediately when we underhook, it should be high, right? I'm reaching my arm up, because the worst thing that can happen right now is Rich goes crossbody, okay? Like this. Okay? So when he goes crossbody, see my underhook squashed, it's really hard to bring him forward with my arm, which is why I want him like too high when I get an underhook. If we go back, so if you reach around the waist, very easy to go crossbody, right? We go back, if I reach high, okay, he goes to go crossbody, it's more difficult. Okay.
And actually, if we keep watching, this exact underhook scenario happened to him again. So right here from bottom half guard, we see Nate does a really good job of kneeing this guy in the butt, which shoots his weight way over his head. The only problem that Nate had is that when he tried to wrestle up from this underhook, he didn't get the Casoto hook first and then extract his leg, which didn't allow him to base his right leg out far to get to coyote guard.
More often than not, you'll want to use the knee torque to get to your knees, where you hook your opponent's leg with your outside leg and turn your hips towards the mat, making sure their knee points away from you and then lifting up slightly to bring your inside leg to the outside. You want to bend their leg and hip into them slightly. This prevents them from turning their knee into you.
Nathan gets actually a pretty sweet guard pass here and transitions directly into mount and has a fully locked in arm triangle. But because he stayed in the mount, it was easier for this guy to get his elbow back and win that position and negate it.
We start moving into a position where I start dropping my inside hip and I start moving around my partner's body. So now I start to create a small angle. Once I get into this position, my outside hip drops and my inside knee blocks my partner's hip. So when he goes to follow me, it's difficult. Now the finish isn't a squeezing of my arms together. It's a pulling of my right elbow down into my partner's shoulder as I take my head and I push it into my partner's head. And this is what gives you incredibly tight strangles. So I have to make sure first.
You see here, Nate's trying to squeeze and finish it while he's still in mount, but he should have dismounted like Gordon Ryan did. Nate then goes for like this S-mount armbar, but because his secondary leg didn't slide his hamstring underneath his opponent's elbow, the guy was able to like frame it away and negate the armbar.
Let's see if Roberto has it in him to fend off again and try and reset one more time.
And here he's going for that same S-mount armbar. What will he do differently this time to not lose position? The last time Roberto was able to find a way out. What is Gordon going to do this time? He's got the extension on the arm, trying to deal with that rear naked choke defense. Manages to strip the grip. Can he get the isolation of the elbow joint and the hyperextension of the arm without losing the position?
Oh, that's extended. That's very much on. Roberto
rolls through, rolling through. That arm is locked out.
Later on, Nate moves into like this 50-50 ankle lock shootout type scenario, but we see that his opponent's able to make the same escape every single time that he goes for the ankle lock. And the main reason is that his opponent is able to heel slip and turn his knee inside because Nate's not putting enough like clamping pressure on with his knees to prevent his opponent from turning his knee. If you slow this clip down super slow, you can see that because Nate isn't pinching hard enough with his thighs, this guy's able to turn his knee to the inside and heel slip to get away from the ankle lock. But props to him for getting this pretty sweet armbar finish here at the end.